It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's a new episode of Chit Chat with Bernie Bella. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing this evening? How are you? How are you? How are you? Let me know if you can hear me clearly, as I've had to make some changes to my studio. And I did some testing earlier and it worked well, but things can happen. So let me know if you can hear me clearly. Welcome to episode 8 of Chit Chat with Bernie Bella. I'm your host, Bernadine, and I'm back after an unscheduled 2 weeks hiatus. Thanks to those of you who've reached out to see if I was okay. Logistically, I was, but I wasn't able to do the show the first week. Logistically, I wasn't able to do the show the first week because my studio wasn't set up. After an unscheduled. And then on the second week, when that came, and I wasn't finished setting up, but I was gonna still do the show, but I was so tired. Like physically, I was okay. But mentally, like my body and my mind, like just say, okay, you need a break. So there was a lot going on, and I've been going nonstop for so long, like for months, just getting everything done, everything. So I decided to take a break, refresh the mind and body, and it felt good to take that break. Felt really good. So much has happened since in that time. Like, I didn't even know where to start to curate the items for this show because so much have happened. So many things have happened in the world. So many things have been going on. So there's quite a lot to cover tonight. So we're gonna, muddle our way through and see where we get to. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Previous episodes can be found on my YouTube channel, so visit the site, like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight. Please share the live. Share the live. So this is an interactive talk show where we discuss sports, politics, current affairs, entertainment, gossip, and news, what's happening in our community and around the world. And if it's a trending topic, that's something that we'll also discuss. Participation every week will allow you to win the item of the week. And the item of this week's gift is the Latin coffee. Tastes more like a latte. It's not a detox coffee. So, I'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the program. So our aim is to have fun while discussing and learning about various topics, etc. Getting different points of view and just enjoy ourselves. So again, welcome. Drop a comment. Let me know who's here with me tonight. Say hello. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So as usual, I'm going to start off the program with my musical artist review of the week. And this week, we've got a few awesome tracks on YouTube. I'm gonna start off with Spice, my girl. She's doing awesome things. She's got a collab out now with Shaggy and Sean Paul, and that's just mashing up the place. Like, that's a number one part every streaming platform. The number one dancehall song in the world right now is Spice with Sean Paul and Shaggy. So yeah, it's number one on almost every platform. The song is called Go Down There. it's the summer jam this year. Like the rhythm, it just catchy, it nice. You can dance to it. You have to have good knees to go down there. But other than that, it'll go on. It'll go on. The rhythm nice, bad, and every station, radio station, I play it, and it's streaming everywhere. And if you recall, she also has got a song out with Conscience called Pay For It. And she's also done a song with Toronto's own Tristan 5-star called Sex With You. So the girl has been very, very busy. She's got a new song out almost every week. So she's got to be the hardest working Jamaican artist in the last few years. I mean, certainly within the last couple of years, because like I said, every week, girlfriend's got a song out. Her new album with VP Records is also coming out soon. It's called 10. So that's something to look out for. DJ Khaled was also in Jamaica filming music videos in the past few weeks. He's got his album out. He's got a song out with, Buju Banton, Capleton, Barrington, Levy, Bounty Killer, called Where You Come From. And it's another bad song from DJ Khaled. It's basically just saying, where you come from. Most of, Jamaican artists, obviously. So the song title is kind of self-explanatory. Okay, so another bad song from DJ Khaled. And Raggin King has a new song out as well called Inna My Mind. So if you recall, his entourage was shot up late last year, and he got shot 3 times. And there was also rumors that he might not walk again. And a lot of rumors, and he had to be moved from hospital to hospital and stuff like that. But apparently he's defied the odds and is presently working on an album. He's got a couple of songs out in the last few weeks. So kudos to him for pushing through and for, just having the strength to work through his adversities of, getting shot and all of that stuff. So check out all the videos on YouTube. You'll be jamming to all of them because they're all very good radio play, dancehall play. Like they're very good dancing songs. Okay. In the sports arena, this is a very touchy subject, very sad subject, but it's gotta be discussed. My Raptors, they're going to be missing the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. This has been a very rough year for them. They've played in Tampa all year. So basically, all their games have been road games because, let's face it, Tampa is not their home. Toronto is. So they've had to make adjustments. Very limited fans in the seat. Different players had COVID. Different players have had different injuries and stuff. So it's been a bit difficult for them over the last few months of playing basketball. I know they're playing tonight. The starting lineup is pretty much the bench because the regular starting lineup, they're not playing tonight. So, they've basically given up on the season because there's no point. They won't be making the playoffs, so what's the point? And so we'll wish them well. And for this season's draft lottery pick and hope that they get a good lottery number and, look forward to a better year from them next year. So here's to hoping that next year will be a better year. The Blue Jays have started the season well. They have 19-16 winning record right now. They played a 3-game series against Atlanta this week. And they've won 2 games so far. I know they were playing earlier, and I know they were tied 4-4 at the bottom of the 8th, but things got in the way, and I didn't get to finish checking the score to see what's going on with that. But they're doing well so far this year. Our TFC soccer club, they haven't had such a great start. They've played 4 games this year. They've lost 2, draw 1, and won 1. So their first game that they won was last night, and they're currently sitting in the 12th spot in the standings. So the season is still young, so they can move up in the standings. So it should be an interesting season with the new players. So it's something to look forward to. And this week I've decided to touch on hockey. I don't normally watch hockey. I can't recall watching like a whole game of hockey. So, I'm not a big hockey fan. But they've managed to clinch their playoff spot. I think they were first in their division this year. It's a bit weird on how the playing went because they've only played Canadian teams up to this point due to COVID and travel restrictions across the border. So, we'll see how far they go in the postseason and see what happens. See what happens from there. And then within our Toronto community or local community, our community was hit hard this past week as we lost 2 stalwarts of the restaurant and entertainment community. We're speaking of Robbie Stewart of Jamaica House on Finch Avenue West, and Derek Ramsey, Father Ramsey, a promoter and dancehall legend, who was a front runner in the entertainment scene for a long time. Robbie will be laid to rest this week, and Ramsey will be laid to rest next week. They both died within days of each other. Robbie died at home, and Ramsey died in a hospital. So much can be said about both and their contribution to the community, their hard work, their charity, and their penchant for giving back to the community. You could always count on both of them when you're in need, and they will be severely missed. They will definitely be missed. Whenever we're having our functions, Robbie would come during the day to buy his liquor and give his support. He would tell you that he cannot make the night shift, so he's coming early to support your event. Ramsey, on the other hand, his death hit a bit harder because prior to COVID, we used to go to what we call our Sunday church at Sunday nights. We have our spot where we go and, we call church, and we'll go and everybody will be there having fun, hanging out, listening to music, chatting and all of that. So, we'll miss him. Definitely miss seeing him at the different functions that we go to. We'll miss it going to his birthday parties. We'll miss his fish fries. We'll miss his annual back to school charity event where he gives back to the community. He gives backpacks and stuff to kids going back to school and all of that stuff. So, and Christmas time, everybody would get their sorrel and stuff because he prides himself on being a sorrel master. So it's gonna be different going out and not seeing him. Just gonna miss him overall because he was very funny. Sometimes his comments weren't the best, but you laugh it off, and keep it moving. So both will be missed. Prayers and condolences and sympathies out to both families during these difficult times. And like I said, they both will be missed. So if you just join on, just drop a comment. Let me see who is here with me. Hello, Miss German. How are you? Thanks for checking in. Let me see who's here. Who else is here? Hey, Rita. Hey, Gary. Okay, so we're moving on to a little grimy story that came up this week on the entertainment scene. So on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia is engaged to her castmate's ex-husband, who is also her baby daddy's business partner. Yeah. So apparently, the castmate was introduced as Portia's friend when the season started, because the season just ended a couple of weeks ago. So the season started, the castmate was introduced as Portia's friend, and apparently Portia is now saying that, that she wasn't really a friend. She was just somebody that, they, who they use that as an introduction to ease her into the show. Simon and his now ex-wife both came out in April and stated that they were getting a divorce and all of that stuff. Now, mind you, Portia has been over to their house. She's been to their pool. She's had their food. So Portia has been dating Simon for 1 month now, and they're engaged. Keeping in mind that Simon's divorce isn't finalized as yet, but he's moved on. So people are seriously dragging her and saying she's messy. This after she posted a Mother's Day photo, which I've got on screen, with both her baby daddy and her new fiance. So the baby daddy is in the yellow and the new fiance is in the black. They kind of look like brothers, but they're not. But it's just all too grimy and messy for me. I just do. Yeah, it's just too grimy. So, hey, Colleen, thanks for checking in. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you are feeling better. So, staying in the USA, Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing. So with this particular divorce, there's millions of dollars at stake, as they had no prenup agreement. So the world is right now waiting to see if her settlement will be higher than what Jeff Bezos had to give his ex-wife. There's also rumors that Bill Gates has a girlfriend that he spends one weekend per year with. Apparently, they've been dating since 1984, long before he got married. So the lady on the blonde on the left is the supposedly girlfriend, and he's got the picture of him and his wife. So we'll see how that one shakes out, because that's going to be a very expensive divorce. All the kids are adults now. They've been married for 27 years, so it's quite interesting. See how that one plays out. As well as, hey, Lindsay, how are you? Thanks for checking in. In another bizarre situation, there's a girl on TikTok who got catfished and lost over $3,000, thinking that she was sending money to Bill Gates. Because Bill Gates actually need her to send money to him. Yes. So what had happened was, she made a comment on TikTok about his divorce and stated that, she's seen that he's getting a divorce now, and jokingly said that, she is now available. Because Bill Gates is really going to go out of his way to pick somebody off TikTok to date. Yeah. Well, someone used that comment and DM'd her, and they got to talking, and she ended up sending that person money because, she thought she was sending it to Bill Gates to help him out of a little jam. Yeah. Well, she found out that it wasn't Bill Gates. The bank told her that the overdraft that she has in an account right now. Based on what I saw, it was over $3,000 and she has to pay it back. Yeah. So then she came on TikTok crying about the situation. Like, girl, think about it. Bill Gates is going to reach out to you on TikTok to borrow money and you send it to him. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Can't make shit up sometimes. Can't make shit up. Right, Lindsay? Stupid girl. What rock has she been under? The girl wanted to think that Bill Gates was reaching out to her because he needed her help. Right? So, hey, poor soul. That's all I can say with that one. Poor soul. So I'm circling over to Hamilton, Ontario. There is a landlord that decided he was going to increase the cost of doing laundry at his building. When they when the tenants did the calculation, it would ended up costing them approximately $20 per load. Now, in this time with COVID, where people are not getting as many hours at their job, things are not going well, this particular landlord decided that, hey, I'm gonna raise your laundry fees. Well, needless to say, that landlord got dragged on social media. Like, the comments that I've seen and the things that were said were not great for him at all. So based on that, he has since backed off from the increases and has decided that the increases are going to be put on hold for a bit. Not sure if or when those are going to be coming back up at any point. But yeah, he didn't read the room well at all. He did not think this through, and it came back to bite him in the ass. So yeah. So Constable Michael Theriault, the police officer that was convicted in the beating of Dafonte Miller, has filed an appeal to get his conviction and sentencing overturned. As you may recall, Dafonte Miller was actually blinded in one eye because of the beating that he got from Constable Theriault and his brother. He was found guilty and he's been sentenced to 9 months in prison. And now he's actually filed an appeal to try to get his sentencing overturned. So we'll watch to see what happens, to see if this gets overturned or what the situation is. Okay, let's see what's happening over in the comment section. Princess Lindsay says, hey, German, nice to see you. And Miss German says, looking good, love the glasses. Thank you, darlings. Thank you. I'm definitely waiting for something to open back up so, we can do dinner, lunch, that kind of stuff. Won't be able to do the Sunday night church, but, Okay, so with regards to COVID, I'm going to touch on that a little bit, not going in depth with all the myths and the conspiracy theories and stuff and all of that stuff, but just touching on it a little bit. So AstraZeneca, one of the vaccines that has been used, the province has decided to stop giving that particular vaccine to anyone who has not yet been vaccinated. So you won't get that as your first shot if you hadn't already gotten any vaccinations. They've not yet decided about the second shots for those who have already gotten the first shot. So if you've gone out and gotten vaccinated, gotten your first shot, and your first shot was AstraZeneca, they haven't yet stated what it is that will happen to you or what you're supposed to do for your second shot and all of that stuff. So that's not yet been decided. They're saying that this is an abundance of caution as there's been an increase in blood clots in people who've been vaccinated with AstraZeneca's vaccine. However, this vaccine has been used in the UK and they're almost all fully vaccinated and will be fully open for business. Are you guys not hearing me? You're saying no sound? Drop a comment if you can hear me or not. Drop a comment if you can hear me. Are you guys hearing me? Can somebody drop a 1 in the comment section if you can hear me? Okay, in and out. That's weird. That is very, very weird. Okay. Let me know if you lose me again, because I've got a new setup and I did some testing today and it went well. So let me know if it goes out again, because I've been testing all day today and it was going okay on the when I did the testing. So let me know if that's happening. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so AZ has been used in the UK, and over 15 million people have gotten both their first and second shots. And yes, people have gotten blood clots and stuff, but it's not more than, I can't say it's not more than the usual, but in the UK, over 15 million people have gotten their first and second shots. They're fully vaccinated and they're looking to reopen. Their numbers are down. So, I don't know what's happening with Ontario. I don't know what's happening with our leaders and this uncertainty of what's happening with the vaccine and the shutdown and all of that stuff. They're also thinking of mixing 2 different vaccine shots. So if your first shot was AstraZeneca, your second shot maybe Pfizer or Moderna. They haven't finalized whether that's going to be a situation yet. It's in talks. So the constant changing on advice on the vaccine is confusing, and that's also leading to people's hesitancy in getting their vaccine, right? But at the end of the day, if you can get a vaccine, do so. Protect yourself, protect your family. And, the rollout hasn't been the greatest, because you've had to, I've gone on to 4 different sites to try to book my appointment. When I was trying to get an appointment to get my vaccine, I had to go onto 4 different sites to get something done, right? And I got my first shot last week. Didn't grow a third breast, didn't grow a dick, didn't get a third leg, didn't get a horn in the Ford. So I don't recall there being a chip in my arm either. So we'll see what happened. But the first day, on the day that I got this shot, I was fine. I went for my normal walk. I went shopping, grocery shopping, did my thing, and all of that stuff. The second day, so I got it last Thursday. So on Friday, I woke up. I was very lethargic, which I expected, because, I did my research and I asked the pharmacist what to expect. And so I was very tired when I got up. So I, got up, did my little thing, and went back to sleep. I just went back to lay down, rested for that day, didn't do much because, again, I expected that. My arm hurted a little bit, but that was about it. On Saturday, I felt fine, felt better. Sunday, I was good. So I am now waiting for my my second shot, which is due in August. So waiting to see. I got the AstraZeneca. Like I have a very one would say weird mindset. And I have this thing where I think that people are predestined to die a certain way. And if I'm supposed to die of a vaccine or from a vaccine, that's what's going to happen, whether now or later. So I did my research. I checked what I needed to check. I spoke to who I needed to talk to. And I booked my appointment, went to the clinic, and got it. It was easy. 20 minutes, I was in and out, going about my business. I do the same thing that I normally do when I get medication that I know nothing about. I check with the pharmacist. I check with the doctor. I do other research as much as I can and look out for the symptoms that they tell me that I need to look out for so that I know what to do. So right now, that's it. I need to travel. I've got trips that I'm sitting down on that I can't go anywhere. So I got my vaccine. I got my first one. I'm waiting on my second one. I don't care which one is the second one. I don't care if it's an AZ or Pfizer or Moderna or J. Whichever one I am going to get, I'm taking it. And then I'm going to go about my business and enjoy my life. Right? That is it. So for those who are saying, I don't want to put poison in my body, stop drinking and smoking. You're already putting poison in your body. So for those who are saying, I don't want them to track me with the chip, please go back to 1960 or 70 where they don't have cell phones, where there's not tracking you. Stop driving the expensive car that has a tracker that knows everywhere you go and all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to take my vaccine. I took my first one and I'm waiting on my second one. And and the other thing too, there's this theory that if you've gotten the vaccine, you can shed it. That means if you go and you hug somebody who never got the vaccine, you can then pass that on to that person. No, you can't do that either. So if I got the vaccine and you don't have the vaccine, best believe that I ain't hugging your ass. So you won't be getting any shedding from me. I'm just saying. So who want to get it? Knock yourself out and get it. Who don't want to get it? Knock yourself out and don't get it. But me know why you're the foolishness, because it not make no sense. Rant over. Moving on to the next thing. Let's see who else is checking. Hey, Marcel. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Lindsay. Yes, we're tired of this lockdown. Need to dance. Girl, I was dancing today. Ian Mixmaster has a Thursday show on IG every Thursday at 4 to 6 p.m. I was getting my groove on. Let's see. Sharon says they've been tracking us from 19 how long, right? And you still using the cell. You're writing with the cell phone and posting with the cell phone. Where them track you. You can't even see where you go because you're depending on your cell phone and you're worried about people tracking you. Like, seriously? No, it don't make sense. Let's see. Sandra says, did you put the magnet on your vaccine spot to see if it sticks? No. Didn't do that one either. No. It would probably stick because of the lotion or the moisturizer or the body butter that I have on, but definitely not because of the vaccine. I saw those ones. And, I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time on COVID, But it has really given me an insight into people's mind. It has really opened my eyes to seeing how people think on certain things. And the sad part is, it's people that I expect to be smart that are saying some of the dumbest things. And then some of them will say, me smart enough, cause me think about them thing, I'm smart enough. And the next thing that come out of their mouth is shit. Like, seriously. Anyways, I can go on a rant on COVID. So yeah, I'm a thing. What's the other one? Oh, I see Sharon says vaccine passport. Girl, we've had a vaccine passport from, I'm in my 50s. I have had a vaccine passport since me I go to basic school, because me everybody have to carry them vaccination form with them to go to school, to go show so them did get them vaccination. So we have vaccine passport. We've had it for years and years and years. And we go still have it for years to come. So, and to the hypocrites that are saying, oh, when I take the vaccine, coming on one a vaccine passport, and has gone to Africa where they've had to, get a vaccine passport to go to Africa. Yeah. I'm just saying. It's nothing new. Let's see. Colleen says, stick or not, something has got to stick. Girl, I'm telling you, something got to stick. Because when me done moisturize up my skin, and sometimes me use the shea butter, I'm shining. So something has to stick to the body. Yeah. Colleen says that immunization paper. Of course, we've had that for years. It's nothing new. As Lindsay says, it's just on a different level. So it's something that we're going to have to get. It's not like we have to get used to something new. Yeah, travel, and them say you need to travel with your thing. You travel with it. It's nothing. This big whole, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. Some big old Boston people what done did get too much vaccination already in their life. What smoke and drink and kill off themselves with other things they come talk about. You not put poison in your body. Boy, please. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled program. Yes, I got off at a tangent for just a bit. Yes. So, I have asked around. I have asked different people. I could only find one person who admitted to voting for Doug Ford. And him still can't tell me why I vote for Doug Ford. I told him he was an idiot. I asked him if he did enjoy the dollar beer. Him said no, the dollar beer never tastes good. So, for all those who wanted beer in a park, all who wanted dollar beer, please tell me if you not enjoy dollar beer right now. Because all I want to go on right now, because of our illustrious leader. So, apparently, the lockdown has been extended to the first week of June. So, if you are a personal service provider, you have not been allowed to open your shop since November. The monies that you're getting from the government is not enough to carry everything to pay your bills and to do all of the crap. But I don't know. So, COVID numbers in Ontario are coming down, but not as fast as the government would like it to be. So for that, again, we are going into the lockdown, extended lockdown. We were supposed to have come out of it already, but it got extended, and it's now been extended again. And the part of it that annoys me with this is the essential and non-essential shopping items. What may be essential for me may not be essential for somebody else. Somebody going into Walmart or to Freshco to buy a pack of diaper or to buy baby clothes is essential for them. It may not be essential for me. But they can't do that. They can't walk into a store and buy a pot to cook in. They can't walk into a store and buy a blender to use because those are considered non-essential items. However, they can all buy it online, but sometimes you order things online and it'll come in at a time when you want it right away, right? I mean, of all the stores that I've ordered stuff from during this pandemic and this curbside pickup, I think Canadian Tire, not to kind of use them or anything, but Canadian Tire and for the most part Home Hardware have gotten their curbside shopping item issue down well, because I've been able to order stuff from Canadian Tire in the morning, and within an hour they're emailing me to say my item is ready. Now I'm hoping that that's something that will continue after the pandemic's over, because I'm kind of liking that part. But they need to the non-essential shopping that needs to be rectified. Some items need to be put back. You can't buy shoes, you can't buy this and that. There's some stuff that you can't buy, and then when the retail clerks are telling the consumers that, hey, you can't purchase that, then the consumers are getting mad at the retail clerks because they're the first person of defense right there. The clerks who are in their space telling them they can't do stuff. So there's some changes that need to do this lockdown crap and all of that stuff. So let's see. There's been some comments going on in the comment section. Princess says them two lie. Yeah, that's true. There are people now that he's not doing well, they all voted for him. Now them eyeing down the rug just like him. They're not doing well. Because he's not doing well, nobody wants to claim that they voted for him. Cherie says, I've arrived late to the party, but I'm here. Cherise, that's nothing new. Cherise, you need to stop the lateness. Welcome. You right, Sharon? Yeah, nothing new. Princess says, LOL, you and Cherise. Colleen says, Bernie, every country is laughing at us. Hello, don't even mention Home Hardware. They need to lock down with a capital L. Well, okay, so Home Hardware, if you order online, it'll take like 2 weeks to get their stuff. And I know because I just did a renovation and So if you order online, it'll take about 2 weeks to get the stuff. But if you go online and get the part number and call the local store, you can and tell them that you're coming to pick it up, provided they have it in stock, you can get it right away. Pay for it at the door and you get it right away. So that's why I said their method of how they're doing curbside is good for that part. But if you're ordering online, then it's not, because it takes 2 weeks. Let's see. Once a customer pick up something in a store, it's essential to them, right? Cherie says she's shame. Girl, it's been years. Get over it. You just continue to do the same thing, so you're not shaming off. Khaled says Mother's Day card was essential, yet give back and wrapping not, right? That's the whole thing. Like, how can you not, like, the things that you decide are essential and non-essential? It's just stupid. It's just stupid. You know, Liz. Oh, hi, Liz. You're awake. What? No work tomorrow? Thanks for checking in. Let's see. Leave Dougie's a little behind. He only knows how to use his BlackBerry. True that. True that. True that. I'm just gonna run the corona numbers. We're coming back to Dougie in a little while, but just gonna touch the corona numbers within Canada and around the world. So in Canada, we've tested 1.31 million. We've got 1.2 recovered in 24,766 deaths. Worldwide, 160 million have been tested, 95 million have recovered, and 3.32 million have died. And I always equate that to the island of Jamaica, because if one was to think about it, it means that every person on the island have died from COVID. At 3.3 million people who have died worldwide. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. In Ontario, 507,000 have been tested, 461,000 have recovered, and 8,374 have died from COVID. And in Jamaica, 46,821 have been tested, 22,517 have recovered, and 814 have died. So let's see what's going on there. Princess says to leave Sharice alone. Sandra says he's taking online courses. Colleen says, Sharice, no shame, better to be late than never. Oh, my girl. Sandra says, Happy Nurses Week to Sharon and Lindsay. Yes, to our frontliners, we thank you very much for all that you've done and continue to do. I know you guys, get burnt out and stuff with all that you're doing, but we do thank you for your services. Liz says, I miss everyone. Yes, up at 6 a.m. Well, thank you for jumping on with me today. So I'm going to circle to Alabama. So my lovely girl that I have on screen, or I should say person that I have on screen, is a serial bank robber who used the money that she stolen from bank robberies to pay for plastic surgery. She will be serving 15 years in prison for robbing a bank in Gulfport, Alabama. The name is Iconic Facce, a transgender woman from Ashford, Alabama, pleaded guilty Monday to 2 counts of robbery. District Attorney Crosby Parker said in a press release. Judge Randy Parishik Mueller sentenced her to a total of 30 years in prison with 15 years. So she's been sentenced to 30 years, but she has to serve 15 years. Facce was intended on getting plastic surgery abroad to feminize her face with the procedures on her cheeks, lips, and nose, and used the stolen money to do so. Reports are that on March 22nd, 2019, police were notified of a bank robbery. Allegations are that Facce gave the tellers a threatening note demanding they give her money. They followed the threat and gave her the money. Footage of the theft was filmed on the bank's CCTV camera, and the images were published by news outlets, alongside calls for help in figuring out who the suspect was. Police found a deserted car near the bank, and a person who matched their impression of the suspect was witnessed walking away from it. The owner of the stranded car was discovered to be Facce. Facce was eventually arrested 8 days after the robbery on March 30, 2019 at Houston International Airport as she was flying back from Mexico after having her surgery done. She was discovered due to tracking her mobile phone and made very distinguishable with her face bandages from her surgery. Yeah, moving right along. Moving right along. Yeah, that I got no words for that one. I got no words for that one at all. Sharon says, girl want to look good. I want my money back. Sandra said, what in the name of Botox is going on? Sharon says, you never have to wait. Hashtag wait for her. Yeah, I want my money back. Yeah. Anyways, I'm circling to Jamaica now. I missed something. Or Princess says, I missed something. Is there a before and after? They never did show the before, but this is the after. Yeah, so they never showed the before, but this is after. This is after she, came off the flight from Mexico after having done her surgery. All right. Yeah, that's her. Yeah. Liz said she should have changed her face. She tried. It didn't work out well for her. So I'm not sure if you all saw a video from Jamaica this week where police were hiding behind cars and gunshots were blazing. And so just imagine you're driving along your way, going along your merry way, stuck in traffic, as usually happens. And next thing you know, you're in the middle of a gunfight between police and bad man. So that's what happened to citizens and taxi drivers in Kingston earlier this week when gunmen who had just killed a businessman and was making their escape, but they were caught because of the Jamaica Eye closed circuit TV network that's in Jamaica, in some places, not everywhere. And the police were able to apprehend them. However, in doing that apprehension and in doing that apprehending of those criminals, it was OK Corral in the middle of the street, cops hiding behind the cars and shots firing, and you're sitting there in traffic not being able to move because, you're stuck. So 2 were killed on the spot and the 3rd has escaped and is being hunted by the police. The video never normal. Nah, video wasn't good at all. So the Toronto police as well as the Hamilton police within the past few weeks have raided several illegal private parties that have been kept and have seized several $1,000s worth of liquor and laid charges against patrons and promoters for keeping these illegal parties. At one party, over $32,000 worth of fines were issued, and I think in one of the parties downtown, they said that they seized over $13,000 worth of liquor. Yeah. So, I see it happening every weekend, people going out to their parties and people posting their pictures and no mask. And yet they complain about the shutdown. And the thing too is that they go to these private parties, no mask, get COVID, maybe not necessarily from the party. They may have gotten COVID elsewhere, go to the party, and I'm going to say intentionally infect other people. And then it's spread. and then you take it home to your family, and then your whole family gets it, and some may die and some not. Like, people, how hard it is to not have a party. Like, I get it. I used to go out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes 2-3 times on a Saturday, different parties. It's hard to stay home and not be able to go anywhere and party with your friends and all of that stuff. But God damn it, for a few months, Uno can't just stop so that we can come out of the lockdown, so that we can start party legally. Like these private parties behind closed door, like, I wanna put out a picture. Oh, it's a private party. But like I said, COVID, he has made me look at people different in terms of the things they do and the things they say. And all I'm going to say is this. Me, I gonna know where to spend my money when all of this is done. And my money may not mean much, and my money may not be a lot, but my money. So me, I gonna know who to spend it with when all of this done. Because all of you idiots carrying on so that we can't do whatever, yeah, me not have time for that. Me not have time for that. So let's see. Lindsay said that's why COVID not going anywhere. Facts. And Sharon says, "Damn idiots." Yes, I said idiots. Oh, you're why are you disrespecting idiots? Idiots have sense sometimes. These people are obviously acting without sense. So I'm just so over that right now. Okay, so we're circling to Jamaica, and a few things have happened down there recently that's just So can you imagine a 20-year-old killed his 14-year-old girlfriend because he was possessive and jealous? And the stepfather stated to the newspaper that he tried to get her to leave the boy and she wouldn't listen, and now she's dead. So he's 20, killed his 14-year-old girl. So imagine how heartbreaking it is for that parent. While on the other hand, there's a father who's now awaiting sentencing for beating his 14-year-old daughter because she have a boyfriend. So the stepfather for 14-year-old talked to her, and that never go over well, and the 20-year-old kill her. This father beat him 14-year-old, animal look for go jail, for go prison, because he beat him 14-year-old because according to him, she's having adult relationships, right? So, and then also a 20-year-old was released on bail for buggering a 5-year-old. I'm just surprised that he actually made it to jail. I'm surprised that 20-year-old made it to jail, made it to court, and is now on bail for buggering a 5-year-old. And I can't even be mad at the judge who gave him bail, because that's how the law is, right? That's how the law is, and whatever. And a lot of judges, sometimes they're just too lazy. They don't want to set any precedents with regards to, making changes to the rule of law. But again, it's not a pretty thing. Not pretty at all. Also in Jamaica, Stenneth Wilson, 62 years old, Stenneth Wilson has been charged with murder in the killing of his 29-year-old partner, Nikisha Keelan, in the parish of Trelawney. Apparently, Stennett trapped Nikisha to death, claiming that she had been cheating on him. He reportedly turned himself into the police. He rode up to the police station on his bicycle to turn himself in, and took them back to the house to show them, took them back to the 1-bedroom home they shared and showed them the body. They have a 8-year-old daughter together. So he's 62, she's 29 or was 29. They have an 8-year-old daughter together. And now the daughter is going to be without both mother and father, because the father killed the mother because him said the mother cheat on him. You know, so I don't know. So, staying in Jamaica, can you imagine getting assaulted and getting some of your dreadlocks cut off, all because you have issues with your tenant and you talk to them and the tenant didn't like what you said to them, so the tenant then decided to get her boyfriend involved, who then beats you up and cut off your dreadlocks. So that's what they did to this 78-year-old Rastaman in Kingston. So the boyfriend is now, the Rastaman ended up taking them to court, and the boyfriend is now in court and is scheduled to go back for sentencing on June 17th. And while he was in court, he was still trying to bully the little old man, which the judge didn't take too kindly to that at all, and tell him, said that's not what he's supposed to, him can't do that in court. But imagine you a 78-year-old now, how long you are grow your dreadlocks, and because you talk to your tenant and them not like what you say, them go talk to them man, and them man now come beat you up and cut off your locks. Me just think the Rastaman probably even more upset same locks get cut than the beating why him get. Me just feel like say him upset more for him locks will get cut off than for the beating why him get. Because the locks getting cut off is, yeah, it's just, let's see what's happening in here. So Lindsay says, trust me, I honestly believe there's something in the water in Jamaica. Sheree said the disrespect, right? For cutting off the man locks just because the man talk to you about improperty, why him own, why you are have it. It's just crazy. Crazy. So, I don't know if y'all heard this story, but I think it was last week or the week before, an elderly man was robbed, kidnapped, and thrown in a pit in Spanish Town a few weeks ago. He's going to be the beneficiary of donations totaling over $370,000. He spent 4 days in the pit and was rescued by the St. Catherine Fire Department. The money is actually to help him get back on his feet, as he was robbed of cash and his car was also taken from him. The donation was started by producer Wayne Lonesome Brown. And it was quite interesting the way that he was rescued and how they found out about him, because the pit where they threw him in the deep, and he spent over 4 days in the pit. And he's just lucky to be alive. Very, very lucky to be alive. So there was a little article about Brampton's and driveways in Brampton this past, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. So the Brampton City Council has voted 6-5 to start ramping up their enforcement of ticketing illegal driveways. And I know people will say, okay, so what? Some people will probably be surprised that your driveway can be illegal. And as a realtor, I am aware of that. And I know some people are going to be, a bit surprised on that. But what happened is there's a limit to how much you can widen your driveway. And some people, when they're doing their driveway, they don't go to the city hall to get the necessary information needed to see how much they can widen the driveway. Either the owner of the house or the contractor should both do so that they're within city bylaw guidelines. And what's happening now is that a lot of driveways are illegal because they're too wide. And people are widening their driveways because they need to park 6, 7 cars or 5 cars, because at the price of houses, you need a lot of people to pay for the houses. So, and if you're renting out your basement, you need parking. So that's, so they voted 6-5 to restart ramping up efforts to clamp down on these driveways. What's going to happen is the inspectors will come out. They come out either on their own if they're driving around doing random inspections, or if a neighbor calls them to come out to look at his neighbor's driveway. So then, if they come out and your driveway is too wide, they will tell you that it is. They will give you time to remediate the situation. Now, how you remediate that is by digging up the driveway. So imagine you just spend your money to widen the driveway, either by stamped concrete or interlocking, or however which way you do it. And you spend thousands of dollars because it ain't cheap. And then they come and tell you that, sorry, you got to dig it up. It's not legal. And it's not just Brampton. This is city bylaw across the country, like across the province of different cities have different bylaws that you have to adhere to when doing your driveway. And also the thing is, even if you bought the house with a driveway as is and you did not do the expansion of the driveway, as a current owner, you are on the hook for that situation. So you're on the hook for remediating the driveway and making it legal. So they had put that enforcement on hold during COVID. They're now saying that because so many people are expanding the driveway, it's going to get out of hand where they're not going to be able to follow up with everybody. So, they want to get cracking on that and get that started. I had mentioned earlier that I'd circle back to Ontario and Doug Ford. So a recent audit done by Ontario's Auditor General, Bonnie Lysyk, has found that the Ontario government failed to properly track $4.4 billion, with a B, $4.4 billion for COVID-19 relief program. What's so sad is that it's lack of funding to the long-term care facilities and frontline workers that have been affected the most by this lack of accountability. Dougie. What are we going to do with our Dougie? Let's see. Okay, so Eglinton and Oakwood, Little Jamaica, down in that area. There's been some talk for some time about getting it designated as a historical area and being, as a heritage conservation district. So the city of Toronto has decided to look into that. So we'll see what comes out of that and see what they do with it. That would probably, it would restrict some of the construction that can be done down there over the years. It would, so we'll see what happens. It's been talked about for a bit, and it may or may not. So we'll see. So let's see. Sharon says she wants her dollars. Yeah, good luck. Let's say good night. Sorry, sleep calls. Good night, darling. Yeah, you have to get up way early in the morning. So good night. And Lindsay said, Dougie bite off more than he can chew. Well, that's true. Very, very true. Very, very true. And I have 2 WTF moment tonight. 2. Sometimes people's mind, I don't know. So in Colorado, a man in Colorado Springs shot and killed 6 people at a birthday party, all because he was not invited to the party. Your feelings get hurt because you weren't invited to the party, so you go shut up the party. So 28-year-old Teodora Macias had been in a relationship with one of the victims. He was supposedly controlling and jealous and whatever, so she decided that she was no longer going to be in a relationship with him and was moving on. Yeah. I guess the fortunate part of that is that he killed himself. So, I don't know. The people are just cray-cray. But of all the things that I've seen lately and heard lately, and all of that, Sharon says he was in his feelings. Can I tell you? Oh, he was. But, this lovely couple on screen, they decided that they were going to get married, which is fine. They picked the place they were going to get married at. They sent out the invitation with the address of the place they were going to get married at, that palatial home on the right side of the screen. And, they took their pictures there and all of that. The only thing is that the owner of the house never gave them permission to get married at the house. The owner of the house never spoke to them. The owner of the house doesn't know them. They were also telling people that this is their house. They recently bought it. And they're getting married there, and that's where they're going to start their new life. So imagine you're the owner of this house and random strangers start showing up in their Sunday best because they're coming to a wedding at your house that you know nothing about. Yeah, so the owner of the house, Finkel, he's one of the IHOP, he's one of the heir to the IHOP franchise throne, called 911 in April. So that was on April 17th, and telling the dispatcher that there were people trespassing on his property. And when he went to talk to them, they told him that it was God's message that they should be wed at his house. Oh man. I am. Can you imagine? No, seriously. Can you imagine the audacity? You got the money yard. You got the money yard. And then I go tell the man, say God ordained you to come to the God ordained you to come to the house to get married there. Like, I don't know. Little says so that do they thought the house was a gift from God? I don't know. But the people them, like I said, sometimes people do some crazy shit and you gotta wonder about them. And that is one of those things that, you gotta wonder about people and the shit they get up to, because that's just cray cray. That's just cray cray. So those are my 2 what the F moments of the week, because let me tell you, it's not a good thing. Them cray cray. Anyways, my giveaway tonight is, I have giveaways every week for those who are tuning in for the first time. And my giveaway for tonight is the Latin coffee. I'll be giving away a week's supply of the coffee. The house nice still. That's true, Sharon. The house nice. I'll be giving away a week's supply of the coffee. And your entry into the giveaway is by your participation. So if you made a comment, during the show, then you've been entered into the draw. So let's see who it is, and we'll go from there. Oh, Colleen. Okay. I didn't choose, as you can see. So, Colleen, I've got coffee for you. So I will drop that off to you, because I know you're not feeling well. So I will drop it off to you. And Sharon, next time I will tell I'll tell it to choose wisely. I'll tell it to choose wisely. So I'm going to close out with my soul Chattingz for the night. And it is this: you're not a victim of your reality. You're a victim of your mindset. Change your mind, change your reality. So I'll repeat that again. You're not a victim of your reality. You're a victim of your mindset. Change your mind, change your reality. And with that, ladies and gentlemen and friends, I thank you for tuning in this week. See you next week, Thursday, same time, same place, 9 p.m. Thursdays, Facebook Live. And we will do this again with more interesting topics, more interesting things to discuss. There were so many things to talk about this week that I didn't do my normal topic of the night. So I'll try to drop that in next week. Hopefully, there won't be that many things happening around the world that I got to comment on. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week, and see you next week. I'm out. Mwah.